Module 7, Lesson 13, Principles of Speech Delivery. At the end of Lesson 13, under Module 7, this is the competency expected of you. Use the principle of effective speech delivery, focusing on articulation, modulation, stage presence, facial expressions, gestures and movements, and rapport with audience. If you'd like to assess the level of learning you have acquired in Module 7, Lesson 13, try to go back to this objective, and in case you failed to meet it, let me know so I can explain it to you further. There are 5 principles of speech delivery. First, articulation. Second, modulation. Third, stage presence. Fourth, facial expressions, gestures and movement. And fifth, audience rapport. First principle, articulation. When the speaker's words cannot be understood because of poor articulation, the speech might as well not have been delivered at all. Word choice and grammatical correctness are necessary in writing the speech, but it is articulateness in pronouncing the words and speaking with clear diction that effectively transmits the message of the speaker. It is highly important to know the correct way of saying a word, whether they are familiar or unfamiliar. Proper breathing techniques together with the correct molding of sounds that make up words contribute to efficient articulation. Second principle, modulation. There are pleasant-sounding voices that are quite soothing to the ears, just as there are unpleasant voices that sound flat, are high-pitched, or screeching. People like to listen to voices that are well modulated, meaning that the speaker is capable of adjusting or manipulating the resonance and timbre of one's vocal tone. A microphone requires even more modulation, as the amplifiers will resonate voices further. But with or without a microphone, voices should not bombard our eardrums. If the speaker's voice is modulated, listeners are most likely to pay attention. The speaker's words will be heard clearly and the message of the speech will be sent and received. Third principle, stage presence. The speaker's ability to own the stage, being able to fill the space and project his or her personality to the audience, that is called stage presence. The opposite of stage presence is stage fright, which is considered by many as the topmost fear in the world of public speaking. However, instead of trying to get rid of stage fright, all that energy that is making one feel shaky and nervous should be used to make the speaker become an interesting, enthusiastic speaker capable of being heard and able to move about on stage. No one is immune from stage fright. Other people just manage it better and create what we see as stage presence. Fourth principle, facial expressions, gestures, and movement. It is not just the choice of words or their proper pronunciation that make for an effective speech delivery. The message of any speech is reinforced, clarified, and complemented by nonverbal communication such as facial expressions, gestures, and movement. Without these nonverbal elements, the speaker may be judged as boring, with flat delivery, and with an unemotional voice. Facial expressions should change with the content of the speech. Gestures should emphasize only certain points. Movement should allow the speaker to carry the speech around, forward, and to the audience, metaphorically speaking. It should also direct the audience to follow the speaker and keep them hanging on to his or her every word. Fifth principle, audience rapport. It was pointed out previously that the most important tool for establishing a connection with the listeners is an audience analysis. Using this data, one is able to write a speech that would appeal to the audience. Also, because of the same data, one will know how to deliver the message to their audience and connect with them at a deeper level. That will be all for Module 7, Lesson 13. Thank you for listening.